welcome back to another episode on the CR250 build. So today, just pretty much just carrying on with where we left off in the last video. Still got quite a few parts to clean up and get thrown on. And then I've just been actually working out here, getting a few little bits and pieces that didn't really feel the need to film, so I'll give you guys a run through of that. So those of you that have been watching the CR250 build right from the start, you'll know it had a FMF fatty on it. So it's just a nickel plated one, but yeah, it's in pretty rough condition, so it did cross my mind to actually source a new pipe for it, but yeah, they're all sold out from the supplier that I get them from, so I'm just going to go for a bit of a different route. So as you can see here on the pipe, there's quite a bit of rust around this front bend, and then yeah, the back. But it had one of those armadillo bash guards on it, so there's just dirt and stuff. It'd probably clean up alright, but sort of thought do something a bit different. So I'm actually going to send it out to an electroplater, and he is going to pretty much just dunk it in the acid bath, and within about 5 seconds it'll strip all the rust and nickel off the pipe and leaving it bare steel. So I know finding FMF raw pipes for these older two-strokes is getting quite difficult, so I thought it would be a pretty cool way and something a bit different. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, I just had to pour a bit of petrol actually into the pipe and then sort of just get all the oil and stuff out of it. So now I just have to package it up, get it sent off, and then hopefully I'll have it back pretty quick. And then I've also got an FMF shorty silencer coming for it too. So yeah, it'll be a pretty good combo. And then for the wheels on the CR, when I bought it, they're just the factory wheels, so they're just silver rims and stuff. And it's just going to look pretty shitty with silver rims on it. So I've already cut the spokes loose, so I've just now got bare hubs and rims, so I'm going to get new spokes for it. But yeah, I want to go black rims with it. Just really tidies up the whole look of the bike, brings it all together. So yeah, like I said, I got the angle grinder out, cut all the spokes loose, and now I've just got to send the rims off. So it's probably going to be quite hard to see, but all the little chips and stuff in it, all these little parts here, they're all sort of corrosion. This is the start of it. And yeah, if I get them anodized, is what I'll actually do is just go real spotty. So the whole thing will dye black, but there'll just be tiny little spots everywhere where the anodizing doesn't dye properly. So yeah, that's why I'm sort of leaning towards getting them powder coated. Ideally I want to get them anodized, but yeah, there's no point getting them anodized and not be happy with it. And then all the little scratches and stuff from tire spoons and all that won't dye properly. So I'll probably have them sandblasted, get all the anodizing that is stripped off them from factory. I think they're just a clear, hard anodizing. And then yeah, the powder coat will stick as well. And then just have them done a gloss black. And yeah, it'll be pretty sweet, I reckon. And then yeah, here are the hubs from it. Clean it up on the Scotch-Brite wheel. Alright, so I'm not actually too sure where I'm up to in this video. It's now the weekend, so I'm going to rip back into the CR250, start putting it back together. But yeah, like I said, I'm not too sure where I'm up to. Since I think the last clip, we've got a few new parts and things, so I'll give you guys a quick update on that. Right, so you guys have seen all what's in this box, just all the plastics and things. If you haven't seen all that, there'll be a video linked in the description, so go and check that out. Yeah, here's some other bits and pieces that I've got. So I've got an FMF shorty. So yeah, that will pair up nice with the FMF fatty that came on the bike. Also have the graphics that I had done by Mac Media. So they did all the graphics for my RM250. So yeah, going for a bit of a throwback theme. Only doing the radiator shrouds and the swing arm decals. So you've gone for the Woody Woodpecker with the old school CR250R. Yeah, something a bit different. So you don't want to make it too complicated and also spend a lot of money on the graphics, but Just wanted some little fine details that are going to really set it off with sort of the custom restyle kit that I've got for it. So yeah, that'll be pretty sweet. And then just got an upper shock bearing. The other one's got a bit of play in it. Got some new tubes. Have a new rear tyre. The front one's pretty decent, as you can see. Rear one's yeah, pretty well worn, so that's why I got the new one. And then yeah, I think you guys may have seen that I cut the spokes loose. So yeah, have to get new spokes obviously. So now you guys are sort of up to speed with what's happening around here. We've still got a lot to go on the CR250 itself. Definitely got a lot of work still that needs to go into it. We've still got forks to rebuild, and then just majority of it is going to just be scrubbing, getting everything nice and clean and all that. But yeah, that's all part of the builds and stuff. So yeah, so without further ado, we'll just get cracking straight back into it. Those of you that didn't see the last video, I'll leave it linked down in the description. But yeah, this is how far we got. So we got the engine dropped back into the frame. The carby all cleaned out and on, got all the lines run properly. It'll end up going down there once we got the linkage and swing arm on. We got all the electrics put on, so you can see. Then we got the triple clamps, the bearings all cleaned up, re-greased, and then yeah, the triple clamps on and the handlebars. So yeah, not a lot done, but yeah, now it's gonna start looking like a bike. Once we get the linkage and swing arm, suspension, subframe, airbox, it's going to start taking shape. I also just picked up this new bench grinder. It's obviously a little bit newer than the one I've been using, but yeah, it spins quite a bit faster, even though this one's doing 2,850 RPMs. This one's doing 2,800. This one just must be getting pretty tired. This one definitely is spinning a lot faster, so it just holds the wheel straighter. Also, I've got these bigger washers on there to give it a bit more support. So yeah, first thing I'm going to do is start cleaning up the throttle housing. So yeah, first bit on the new bench grinder, just threw a new Scotch-Brite wheel on there. So yeah, we'll get cracking. Alright, so just got done cleaning them up. Not going for immaculate, but just give it a quick polish. It's definitely a lot better, this grinder. Just makes it so much easier with the wheel staying more straight. Obviously with the centrifugal force, just pushing the wheel out more, it's holding it more straight. Just makes it so much easier. You can apply a wee bit more pressure without it folding over. So yeah, we'll get now this thrown on the cable, and then we'll be able to button the whole carb up and stuff. The bike's going to be running a full FMF, and then I've also got those ESR reeds. It will probably need to be rejetted. I've just looked on the FMF jetting chart and just have a look through, and I've set the clip to the first position as they recommend, and then yeah, from there I'll just have to muck around with the jetting once we've got it up and running. So I've just been cleaning up the suspension, getting the forks rebuilt because they were leaking this. It was obviously run on the beach, so yeah, there was like a bit of sand on the tube, so I'm guessing sand was forced into the seals and make them leak. So yeah, just refresh the forks, put new seals and oil in them, give them a good clean up, and same with the shock, just gave it a good clean up. It wasn't leaking or anything. So the suspension for the CR250 is now ready to be bolted on. I didn't really feel the need to film it. If you are wanting to know how to rebuild forks, I've got a few videos rebuilding the forks off my RM250, and they are very similar to the CR forks, so it'll give you a pretty rough idea for those of you wanting to know. So I'll leave that video linked down in the description below. Righty, well, the bike's coming alive again now with the forks on and the shock picking the swing arm up, get it off the ground. Yeah, it's finally taking shape now and it's looking like a bike. So you got the shock in. So it's not immaculate, the shock. Like the whole build isn't a show bike. It's just going to be a complete overhaul, tidy everything up, clean things up, replace things where need. It's been the same way the whole way through. So obviously on top of that, I'm doing things that are going to make it look good. There's no point just fully tearing down a bike like this just to have it look average. So you're doing a few things obviously just to make it pop. And you got the forks on as well. Same thing with the forks, they are far from immaculate. They've got little scratches and stuff. There's a little bit of corrosion showing. Right, so I just finished up getting the airbox and subframe bolted onto the bike. I actually split the airbox apart just so I could give it a good clean up. It was pretty filthy, and then I used actually some of that Cerakote trim coat stuff just to refinish it. So it looks pretty good now. And then you put it back together and obviously got it thrown on the bike. Also ran the subframe through the Scotch-Brite wheel. Just gave it a nice polish up. Yeah, this is how far we've got on the bike. Obviously got the airbox and subframe on, all cleaned up and stuff. And then got the suspension on, so the rear shock cleaned up and put on. The front forks cleaned up, rebuilt and put on. Also got the clutch now hooked up. The cable running down through the upper engine mount and into the ignition cover. Got the new ignition cover gasket on. Also got a new kill switch wired up. And yeah, it's definitely starting to take shape now. It's starting to look like a bike again. Getting closer and closer to having this thing done. It's getting pretty exciting. So yeah, that is going to wrap up the end of this video. The next video will be the reveal of this bike, so we'll get it completely finished up in the next video, so definitely stay on the lookout for that. I actually can't wait to see what it's going to look like. And yeah, so yeah, turn notifications on so you get notified when I post that video. Cheers for watching guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.